Yeah, but you
The stream is starting? So you're aware? You can still sit there, just FYI that it's running.
The chair is in the camera.
It is.
can.
We will have to turn the lights on.
I thought this was.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't go to national.
National, I'm going to world.
Rude.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our open house. Thank you all for coming, taking time out of your busy adult lives, or if you're my grandparents, your very chill retired lives. This means a lot to us. You know, the NoMythic community is bigger than just our robots and our students. It's our family, our friends, and anyone who chooses to wear a bit of purple or to take a bit of interest in us. So we truly appreciate you all coming. We will have time for questions after the presentation, but beforehand, instead of giving you a long, boring presentation, we're all going to tell you a bit about what we love about NoMythic. So without further ado, Nix, take it away.
We start off.
Oh, of course. You don't know who we are. I'll start off. My name's Rye. I use he, they pronouns. I go to Great River, and I'm in 10th grade.
I'm Nix. I use they, he pronouns. I go to Avalon and I'm in 9th grade.
I'm Dominic, he, they pronouns. I'm also a sophomore at Great River.
Hello, I'm Joseph. I use he, him pronouns. I'm the operations captain for NoMythic. This is my 3rd year on the team. And I'm a junior, and I go to Great River.
Hi, my name is Brew. I am a freshman at Avalon. I've been on the team for 1 year, and my pronouns are he, they.
And we are all on the operations sub-team. That means that we do business, we do outreach, and we have fun times here.
I joined NoMythic last year as an 8th grader, and I remember at the very beginning I was so worried that no one would like me because I was a middle schooler. I had about 2 friends on the team, but I joined operations and they all welcomed me with open arms and were so kind to me. Throughout the year, I got to hang out with these people and grow, and by the end of it, I really understood why we call ourselves a functional family. Talking to people on the other sub-teams and just feeling their passion for robotics made me even understand why they love science and engineering, even if that's not my personal thing. And I've just learned so much from NoMythic and gotten so many great skills like professionalism and how to talk to adults, just general maturity in how I hold myself and how I talk. And yeah, it's really made me a well-rounded person.
When I was in kindergarten and asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? I always found the question really daunting. I had so many different interests: theater, robotics, engineering, learning in general as a passion. I always found it so confusing how someone could figure out their entire life in elementary school. I didn't know how anyone could do it. I joined Great River this year. I didn't know anyone at the school. I had no friends. But I joined NoMythic. I had done robotics before, but I joined NoMythic and I found this awesome community that I could make friends in and be myself in. And I was super impressed. I had been on robotics teams before at my old school, and my family had one. And but those were always much smaller. They were like 6 to 10 kids. Now with a 30-kid team, I was like, oh my gosh, this is a lot of people. And I was super impressed with like the values and the structure that NoMythic had put in place to make sure that this was all really sustainable. And that inspired me to start mentoring the FTC team, seen here, 11270 Athena, and kind of instill these values in a group of 8 middle schoolers and their coach, Mike, and really inspire them to pursue STEM as a career and a passion and see this eureka moment of talking with the judges at their competition. And that it's been super inspiring for me seeing this group of 8 middle schoolers that I was like, these are not very productive people, to say the least. But they did super well at their 2 competitions they went to. I'm super proud of them. And it instilled in me a passion for mentoring and teaching. And that's why I want to pursue a career in education, be an educator of some sort. And maybe the school I teach at, I might mentor their robotics teams.
Like Dominic, this is my first year on the team. But unlike Dominic, I was never a robotics kid. I could not tell you the tool end of a screwdriver. It's just never something I could see myself getting into, much less understanding or enjoying. Which is why it's something that it makes me so happy that I can stand here today and tell you all just how much this team means to me. Being on NoMythic, I've learned how to have confidence in my character, trust in the people that I'm working with, and the ability to be open about who I am to strangers. In this past year on robotics, I've gotten to present to sponsors, do outreach with other teams, organize events, and these are things that I never would have been able to experience anywhere else. I've never been on a team like this before, not just group activities, but just a place where it really feels like a family. When we say it's a functional family, it's not just, for the sponsors, it's not just for the buzzwords. It really is a family. It is a place where, kids like me who don't understand STEM can come in and still love their time and still love the people that they're doing with. And that is something that it's hard to find in some places, which is why NoMythic is just something that, to me and everyone on the team, has just made such a big impact on all of us.
Like Dominic and Bri, I joined the team this year because last year I had a sibling and a bunch of friends on the team, and I got to watch the team from an outside perspective. But I also got a bunch of opportunities, such as shadowing a practice and visiting competitions. And it really made me realize that robotics is a lot more than just a robot, but it's also a community of amazing people. The team has impacted me in a lot of ways, but the one that I would like to talk about right now is communication. I have struggled with anxiety my entire life, but the team has helped me with that a lot. When I joined NoMythic, that anxiety was met with positive reinforcements and support in ways I didn't know I needed. And I have learned a lot of strategies to cope with anxiety. And I have seen my communication skills improve over the short amount of time that I've been on NoMythic. And this team is truly amazing. So.
Now a little bit about me. So my story is actually very similar to Dominic, and I think a lot of folks here in that when I, in 8th grade, the year before I joined, I had absolutely no interest in anything that I thought this team would be doing. I was not at all interested in building a robot or programming or any of the engineering work required to make that happen. I had never even thought about business or management or event planning or the types of things that I do now as an operations captain. But our head coach Michael sent me an email in spring of 2020, in the beginning of the pandemic when I was just sort of at home, not really having a lot to do, and I thought that this team seemed like a cool place where I could spend my time during the pandemic and would hopefully give me something to do to spend some of that time at home. And I joined the team. I hopped on my first ever Zoom call with Michael and our head coach team captain Phoebe, and I was told about this sub team called Operations that does all of these cool things and social media and marketing and business and event planning. And I just thought, that seems like something that I would be interested in. And I think that's something that's so cool about our team is that we really meet people where they're at. We engage their interest in the different things that they're interested in, not just, you have to build a robot, you have to do something in programming. This team really engaged my interest and met me where I was at. And so I spent my first year on the team completely virtually. We would have one practice every Tuesday. I would be on a Zoom call with, at that point, the operations team was just Phoebe and a previous mentor, Toby. And I learned so much about the team. That was a really interesting year in that it was our, it was the pandemic year, and the previous year before we had this amazing season. Our robot did amazingly in our first competition, and we qualified for Worlds. And then a couple days afterward, Worlds didn't really happen because of the COVID pandemic. And a lot of teams during that time just completely shut down and didn't operate throughout that season. But I think what was so amazing to see is that we were a team that kept going. We recognized that we had this incredible impact on our students, and we had this passion for the work that all of our students, all of our team members had. And so we decided to keep going through the pandemic. And I saw that firsthand. And so I spent my first year on the team learning all of these incredible skills in marketing and business and event planning, all of these amazing skills that I'm probably going to use after high school, regardless of where I go. And at the end of that first year, I was offered the role of operations captain. And I took on the role, and this is my second year in that role. And I think that has given me a lot of incredible skills and leadership, and has increased my confidence, and has helped me realize that I can have this passion in the work that I do. And through that passion, I can inspire others to have the same passion. And, it's such an incredible feeling seeing, my passion and working together with all of the people that I work with to build a better team and to build the skills that I think we will all use after high school, again, regardless of where we go. And that passion and the passing on of those skills and that knowledge was something that really resonated with me and inspired me to pursue careers in education similar to Dominic. And so, this team has really given me a direction. It's given me a passion for the things that I do. And it's given me, again, this incredible community. We have so many amazing people on our team that meet you where you're at and engage your interests and, support you and love you no matter who you are. We call ourselves a functional family, and, that name is really, it rings true for our team. And so my experience has been great.
So last year, NoMythic went to Worlds. We won the Engineering Inspiration Award for our love and passion of spreading outreach into our communities and schools. So we were a smaller team last year, still recovering from the lockdown. And the fact that we could go to Worlds was really incredible for all of us. Being a smaller team did give us the opportunity to all bond with each other and really form those close connections that make robotics like the family we call it. Everything about Worlds wasn't, magical, but we always found a way to have fun by going on like ice cream field trips and taking breaks when we needed and just loving and supporting each other, no matter where we were doing emotionally. And just remembering that it's not about winning, it's really about our community and how much we love each other.
So this past week, something truly incredible happened with our team. We qualified, or we went for the Impact Award this year for the first time in quite a few years. The Impact Award is the most prestigious award in the first program, and it awards teams that have the biggest impact on their communities. And what we really wanted to hone in on with this award was, rather than how do we impact the entire world, or the St. Paul community as a whole, or how do we impact all these other teams? We talked about that in our presentation, but what we really focused on is the impact that we have on all of our students. And I hope that you've been able to see that in this presentation, that this team has such an incredible impact on our students. It gives them this incredible community, this incredible family, this passion for the skills that they can use after high school, directions for where they want to go after high school, the skills that they'll need to get there. And we talked about that in our impact presentation. We really honed in on that. We honed in on the work that we've done to increase diversity, equity, and inclusion on our team. We went on the skills that students can learn on the team. We talked about the team bonding that we've done over the past couple of years. We talked about, all of the ways in which this community has grown and changed and evolved over time to best meet our students where they're at and grow the skills and the passion they have for the things that they're interested in. And we went for Impact Award. It was this really long and arduous process. And we were sitting in the stands, and this is a little video of them making that announcement. It's a little lengthy.
Prestigious award at first, and it honors the team that best represents a model for other teams to emulate and best embodies the purpose and goals of FIRST. The FIRST Impact Award is presented to the team judged to have the most significant, measurable impact of its partnerships among its participants and community over a sustained period, not just a single build season. The winner is able to demonstrate progress towards FIRST's mission of transforming our culture. The winning team will be invited to a FIRST championship where they will compete for the FIRST Impact Award against the winners from other qualifying events. So this is what the judges had to say about this team. Unicorns grant that open doors aplenty. Meals to accommodate, fuel for the brain, milk from NoMythic, $24.91.
So that was a really incredible moment, and it was this amazing moment where we realized not only that we had this incredible opportunity to go to Worlds. I think really what this award did is it made us really realize all of the work that we've done over the past couple of years, all of the amount of meetings we've had about our team culture, the amount of conversations we've had with the team about how can we improve in these different areas, all of the skills that our students have learned, the ways in which we've directed them, the ways in which this community, this team has grown to really just love each other and accept each other and help us work towards this shared goal that we have. And it was this really amazing moment where all of that work we felt like paid off in such an incredible way. We were recognized by all of the teams at this competition. And of course, again, we got the opportunity to go to Worlds. That's what we're going to talk about. So we are so very excited to go to Worlds. Next week, we leave on Tuesday. It's going to be this incredible opportunity. We're hoping to have the same or a better experience than we did last year. All of the opportunities that we get at this competition to connect not only with our own team and deepen the connections we have within the team, but to be able to connect with teams from around the world. It's the world competition. There are going to be teams from countries all around the world that we'll get to interact with students from. We'll get to share our experience and our skills with. And it's this incredible opportunity to be able to have our students learn more about and really focus in on the skills that they can learn in high school and after. And so we're so excited to have this amazing opportunity, but we also, it does cost a lot of money. And so a lot of the work that we've been doing in the past couple of weeks is getting ourselves to a place where we can give our students the best experience possible at this competition. So we set up a GoFundMe to get to our goal of raising the amount of money that we need for this competition. That has been really successful. And we have loved all of the support that we've gotten from that. And we would love to see even more support. So we have a QR code to our GoFundMe right here. You can also, there's a donation box for both cash and checks that you have. But also, we just, again, I think Rye said it best. The support that we receive from our community works in so many different ways. At our Minneapolis competition, we had so many families that showed up and cheered for our team, both in person watching our streams online, and all of that support was so incredible to see. This is a really hard thing that we do, and all of the emotional support that we get from everyone affects us so incredibly. And so we really want to thank all of the support that we get, but we wanted to open the door for any financial support we want. Yeah. So that's a little bit about our team. That's about our experiences. Any questions?
You can ask us anything. Just don't ask our credit card numbers.
I don't have a question, but I have a comment.
Yes.
One of the things that I've been really impressed with, my got 2 kids now on NoMythic, 1 last year, 2 this year. And one of the things that I love about it is it does extend STEM to people that are not engineers. And as an example of that, both last year and this year, the reason why you guys are going involved is because of the work that this team, this sub-team has done, which I find super cool. It's not to say that the engineering and the build and the programming is not super important and hasn't done very, very well, but I think it's really fantastic that you guys have done kind of the lion's share of the involved in the last couple of years. So props.
Thank you very much. Yeah, no, it's been really great seeing the ways in which our sub team can impact the rest of our team and the rest of the first community. We do collaborate with other teams, but of course, both Impact and EI, we do a lot of the work to apply for those awards, but it is a team effort. All of the things that they talk about in Impact, the team dinners we've had. We had a dance party at Houston last year that really improved our team community. All of the things that they mentioned in our when we did the presentation, those are a team effort. They're not just ops. Build and programming, and even our mentors, our team captain Phoebe, they always help us collaborate and build towards this shared goal of a better community, a better future for our students, in a better world. So.
And the culture on the team is just it's such a fun place to be. Like showing up to practice, it isn't just you sit down and do your work. You laugh, you have a fun time. It's always great. One of my favorite moments of being on NoMythic was when we were up at Duluth, and after the second day, our one of our mentors, Chris, had just won what's called the Woody Flowers Award, which they recognized him as just an example of kind of what a really amazing mentor looks like. And we were all walking home, and we were all just giggly messes. We were all out of it. We were all happy, and a couple of my friends they half carried me to the room that I was staying in. And it was just a lot of fun. It showed that we're a team. We're here to be for each other. We're here to have fun together, and it's something that now we get to do again in Texas. It's going to be awesome.
Any other questions about our team, about our experiences? Any questions?
So what do you do to build a community amongst the 2 schools?
That's a great question.
Yeah. So at the very beginning of the year, this year is at the end of October, we have our annual team retreat, where this year we held it at one of our sponsors, the Bakken Museum. And we got together for one Saturday, and we discussed what are our team goals for the year? What do we want to see the team be by the end of this year? And we also discussed team norms and kind of what the year is going to look like in terms of logistics.
We ate a lot of Oreos.
We ate a lot of Oreos, yes. But we also had a lot of fun playing games outside. It was a beautiful day, and that really helped strengthen our bonds with each other, and really got people to know each other, especially the new students. And that was a really awesome experience for me. And I also think there's a lot of mixing of schools. I know for our Minneapolis competition, we went over to Avalon actually for our dinner on Friday night, even though there was a blizzard. It's kind of a mess, but we all had food from the Naughty Greek, another one of our sponsors that gave us a meal, and that was really awesome to tour this new school and kind of see where all of the stories I had been hearing about happened. It was really cool, and it's a lot of mixing of people, even though they might be from different schools, and a lot of just bonding as a full team.
Another thing we do is every Tuesday we have what's called Unicorn Families, where it's like a random selection of people, and we all have dinner together. Doesn't matter what sub team you're on or which school you go to, and we just talk about how our weeks have been and get to know each other. Sometimes we have fun prompts to talk about, but it's just a really great way to get to know people you would never talk to otherwise. It's just there's no time to see them, and I think it's really improved how close we all are.
The other thing is sub teams, rooming for competitions, jobs at competitions, they aren't based on schools. So I've met a lot of really great people on this team that I would have never met if I didn't have a job with them at a competition or be on the same sub team as them. So yeah.
One thing that I really felt when I first joined the team is I didn't even really notice the fact that half the kids on the team went to a different school. It really just I remember asking myself, do I go to school with this person? Or, how do I know them? So it's almost a non-factor most of the time because we eat food together, we all hang out together. Closing meetings, we're all up there together. At competitions, we all room together. So you really start to forget that part of this even has to do with where you go to school. It's just this place and these people that you get to do this amazing thing with.
And I mean, I'd also say that I think a lot of where our community building and our work on culture comes from is just from the work that we do. Robotics is probably one of the most intense extracurriculars. I'm not gonna lie, the students on our team put in so much time outside of their school hours to do this thing together, to build a robot in 6 weeks, to program it in 6 weeks, to build, to raise all of the money that we need to go to competitions, to provide for the team. And that's a lot of really intense work that we're doing as a bunch of high schoolers. It's not work that a lot of other peers from outside the team are doing. And I think a lot of where our team culture and work on community comes from, some of it is structured. We implemented the unicorn families this year, and I think they've been really helpful. We do our start of the year
Team retreat.
Team retreat. And those are the more structured ways that we build community. But really, a lot of it is just through recognizing the abilities of each of us and recognizing that we're all working towards this shared goal together.
So you've got a question from the stream, which is, what is the team's goal for Worlds?
We really strive to kind of show everyone our team culture. We're sponsored by All Are Welcome here, an organization most people know from their campaign in 2020. And that really helps us spread our message of inclusion and diversity in STEM. I don't know if many people saw this, but our mission statement, we strive to create inclusive STEM communities to grow future generations of passionate problem solvers. So we really want to spread that message to a worldwide audience. We also want to be competitive with our robot. We've been working really hard on making new autonomous programs and improving our robot and our arm. And practicing a lot of practicing, which you'll actually be able to see tonight. Yeah, they're doing some drive practice down in the gym, so we can go after this presentation. Yeah.
I think another thing that our team is trying to do is at Worlds, it's in Texas, so it's obviously not the most friendly place to LGBTQ people. And I think we're really striving to make people feel more included and comfortable with pride flags and pride flag stickers and maybe pins, I'm not sure. And
Back here. Two things. First of all, I want to say to Rye, great hair.
Oh, thank you, stranger.
I don't know who you are, but we'll probably get an award just for the hair.
Thank you.
As an operations team, what's the biggest thing you've overcome?
I mean, I think one of the biggest things is the transition from last year to this year. So last year we had a very small ops team. Generally, it was 2 or 3 people in the room. And although we still managed to accomplish a lot, transitioning from that to like this whole big group of people all working on the same thing, I feel like that has been really great. Yeah.
It was sort of a shift in, how our team is structured. We have in the past been a sub team that operates with a smaller number of people, and I think this is the biggest ops team we've ever had, and so that jump was it was a risk, and it was something that we were aware going into it that this isn't something that we've done before, but I think it really paid off, and we built such a stronger community within this sub team.
Yeah. I was gonna say, being on operations, we don't just work together. We're a close group of friends.
Yeah.
There's 6 of us. Ada, our 6th member, she's currently sick, but like the 6 of us, we're all close. We have a great time together, and it makes working just a great time. Because whether we're stressed, whether we're tired, or whether we're all just giggly messes, it happens more often than you expect. You still just have a good time. I consider these 4 people sitting next to me just great friends and amazing homies. So I'm a little biased, but being on operations is pretty great.
It's fun and productive.
Yeah. I know that the question was specifically about the ops team, not about me, but I think that one thing that us as an ops team has had to get over is, work through, is my constant struggles with anxiety. And these people around me are amazing. So I support you. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Otherwise, let's go see some robots.
Yeah, so our drive team is down in the gym.
Can we all like shift so we can get the QR code though?
Oh, of course.
There's also some posters.
Okay, never mind.
There's some
This is a
posters.
very costly endeavor, and we appreciate any and all donations.
Yeah. There's some posters right outside the Idea Lab where I was shot. There's also a poster on that red door out there. There's also some posters with the QR code on a table out there that people can get to. Yeah.
Oh, and if you are interested in receiving further communication with the team and you're not currently on our email list, so we send out weekly emails to parents. If you're interested in being on that list and you're not a registered parent on the team, we have a clipboard set up. I believe that is right there. So if you're interested in receiving email updates from the team, you can put down your name and your email and we'll add you to our email list. Thank you so much.
Wait, bye to your grandparents.
Bye, grandparents.